Talking livestock now, and Dr. Dave Lalman's popular series that continues on just how much it costs to raise a cow.
We're joined now with Dr. Dave Lalman, and he's continuing his series on how much it costs to raise a cow. And Dave, last time we talked, we were just kind of talking about feed costs and how to hit that sweet spot. But when it comes to that sweet spot for supplementation and feed costs, how do you know where that sweet spot is?
Yeah. Well, you have to do your homework. And we talked about the resources available last time, OSU calculators, software program, fact sheets, nutrient requirements of beef cattle, which we can post those on the SUNUP website. But that would be the way to start. But I thought we might just work through an example.
And you actually have some cowboy math for us right here to go through.
Indeed, I do.
All right, let's dig into it.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna give you just a quick example of balancing a supplement or evaluating a diet for about a 1,200 pound cow. We're going to assume she's maybe a little bit on the thin side, so maybe a body condition score 4 to 4.5, and we'd like her to be in a 5. Well, if she's a spring calver and just weaned her calf, she's in about the middle of gestation approximately. And that is the best time of the production cycle to put weight on a cow, assuming you have a proper supplement. Last time we talked about this, Curtis, I mentioned that our native range forage around Stillwater, Oklahoma is testing about 6% protein and 55% TDN. So we're going to use that as a base for this 1,200 pound cow. We want her to gain about a pound a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so her requirements to accomplish that weight gain, she needs about 1.75 pounds a day of protein, and she needs about 12.3 pounds of TDN or energy. Okay, if she's eating about 20 pounds of that native range forage, 6% protein, 55 TDN, she's going to be consuming 1.2 pounds of protein from the forage and about, 11 pounds of TDN from the forage. Okay, so if we do the quick math on that, that leaves her a little over 0.5 pound short on protein and about 1.3 pounds short on energy. So now we'll just go find a supplement to meet that supplemental need.
So how much range cubes would you actually need to cover all that?
Well, that's good questions. I mean, range cubes, very popular supplementation source. So if we assume that we're going to go purchase a 25% protein range cube, 2 pounds a day gets you right at 0.5 pound of protein. So that would just nearly perfectly fill that protein deficiency. If we assume that supplement is about 75% TDN, that gets you about 1.5 pounds of the TDN or energy, and we needed 1.3. And so we're there, right? And that, that costs, my costs on that is about 39 cents a day, give or take. So, we encourage people to go through the quick math like that themselves. If you need help with what the requirements are based on the stage of production or how much gain the cow needs to make, that's where you would contact your extension educator, your area livestock specialist, download the calculator software evaluation program. That's exactly the kind of math that it's designed to help you work through.
And obviously, as you were mentioning throughout this series, that feed costs is one of the biggest aspects of control that producers have with their productions.
Yeah, it is. And the reason to go through that math is to have confidence that you're finding the sweet spot, meaning we're going to meet the animal's requirements but not overdo it and waste money on unnecessary feed.
And it's always just good to know where you're at regardless in your production.
Oh, well, I mean that's the key. As we talked about when we started this series, the take-home message was know your cost and then work to control those costs.
All righty, thanks, Dave. Dr. Dave Lalman, OSU Extension beef cattle specialist here at Oklahoma State University.